Hello, welcome back to another segment in excerpts from a Spiritual Ascension. So, I want to talk about the right people showing up in your life at the right time during your journey. So, if you think about someone who decides all of a sudden to leave home and is only carrying with them what they can really carry on their back, okay? And not knowing where you're going to go, where you will end up, what direction to take, and who you'll meet along the way. And that's totally my story. So this is going back. My father, my grandmother, my grandfathers in spirit all prepared me 7 years ago for this journey. And I had no idea what it I was about to experience at all. And I was told um, I was going to leave my job, and I worked on Wall Street for almost 20 years at that point. And I'm like, how am I going to leave my job? I can't leave my job. That's my livelihood and everything. I had a really good job, well paying, nice home, and all these material things. I can't just leave my job. Um, Giving very specific instructions to actually go to the New Hampshire Maine border, and that was it. um, in 2020, I left my job. I was able to take an early retirement in 2019. And in 2020 is when the pandemic hit, and I decided after sitting in my apartment for 6 weeks that, this didn't make any sense. Let me go be with family in New Jersey. And that was the start of the 5 year journey. Um, it, it was exactly 5 years, and it's just finished this year, 2025. Um, but as I said, the beginning of it was not knowing that my going to be with family for what I thought was going to be a couple months ended into a letting go of everything that I had. And now kind of not knowing where I was going, losing all my possessions, and really at the point of having literally the clothes on my back and a backpack. And I had very few possessions from when I left my home. So that's hard to say, to talk about, but as I go along, this is therapy for me too. Um, but the universe provided for me all along the way. No matter what I needed at the time, I was never without. I might have had just a little bit, but there was always some kind of protection. There was always someone there to help me along the way. There was a place for me to stay. And um, this is also how you end up building your intuition. I had done a reading for a woman a few weeks before I left um, my last apartment in New Jersey. And when I left there, I didn't have anything. And she was in a totally different state, and we had kind of um, gotten to know each other a little bit better. I had gone and visited her in New York and went to lunch. And then a couple weeks later, I ended up in this situation where my intuition was telling me to contact her. And she ended up helping me out for like 6 weeks. And I was able to get a job and get a place to stay. And um, until kind of I was pushed to the next place. And it was a continual process of spirit kind of me getting all the way from New Jersey, um, all the way now to getting to the border of New Hampshire and Maine. And when I got to, I'm trying to think, oh, there was another person who did help me out, someone I had met very long time ago and just happened to show up in my life at the exact time I needed them. And trying to kind of describe to them what I was going through. But of course, it was hard to describe to someone who's not familiar with, spiritual aspects and teachings, that I was going through this journey. And all they knew is they were trying to help me out. So just know that along your journey, that either through your intuition or there's going to be a knowing of people along the way of that will help you, okay? Because you're probably also going to move from where you were at one point to a totally different country, state, city, whatever it may be. Because what you're doing is you're moving away from your old life into a new life. Like I have nothing to do with my old life, my family, anything like that. All of that is gone. And I always talk about having two lives within one lifetime. So I've now started my second life within this lifetime. Same name, everything, but I no longer have anything to do with my old life. It's totally in the past. Um, so now getting to the border of New Hampshire and Maine, and just that was one of the biggest and hardest things of now trying to was something I call spiritual navigation, of letting spirit lead me to where I needed to be. And I found where I was supposed to be. And this is my home now. And I absolutely love it. It's a true blessing. Never thought I would be in the state of Maine, but um, I'm so much calmer. I worked in the middle of the city, New York City, Manhattan, for almost 20 years, and the hustle and the bustle of the city and the materialism of the city. And I now have peace. I have in the middle of greenery that they call Maine vacation land. There's lakes and the ocean nearby and the beaches and just beauty all around me. And wherever you're going, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, it will be the right place for you, even though immediately you may think this is not where I think I should be. You're going to be in the right place. It's going to be home. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, if you'd like to talk to me at any point, there's a link below to book time with me. And also, I have courses on the Ascension process, and there's a link for that too. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.